Hey guys, so I'm back with another video, and in this video we are going to customize the flyout menu in .NET MAUI. So I have simply created an empty project and I have simply ran it on Android emulator. So in this video, as you all know, the flyout menu, that left app drawer menus, we are going to customize the layout of that left menu box basically. So by default, the flyout menu that is disabled in .NET MAUI. So if you go to app shell, you can see there is this line number 7 shell.flyout behavior disabled. So by default this is disabled and it has three options: disabled, which we just saw, that disable the flyout menu, then we have flyout, and then we have logged. So if we select flyout, then you see this hamburger menu here, and if we click on it, it simply opens this flyout section, and on clicking of outside of this, it gets closed. So this is the flyout. Then the third option is logged. Logged means open flyout section, so it will be automatically open and we cannot close it, so it is logged in open state. And in this video we are going to use this flyout so that we have this flyout and we can open and close it. So by default, if you look, we have one shell content here which points to home page, and this flyout menu, it also has this one item here which points to this home. So how does it work? By default, all the shell items, direct shell items, so flyout actually uses all these items as a menu in this flyout section. So if we change the title for this, let's call it menu 2, so it will show menu 2. And if we copy this one more time, we can see menu 3 and so on. So menu 3, then we will use menu 4. So all these are menus, whatever shell items, direct shell items we have, all these will be shown to this flyout menus. Now these are without icons. Let's add icon for, let's say, for third one. So we can say icon, and by default it has only one image. Let's check. Images .net underscore bot dot svg. So let's use this .net underscore bot dot png, save it, and it did not come. .net underscore bot. Yep, so maybe we'll need to restart it. Let's restart. So it's here. Let's see if icon came. Yeah, icon came here. So it will show icon like this, and I should have added this to other items as well for now. Yeah, for second one it came. So yeah, if the shell contents, if these has these icons, it will show icons like this, and if these shell contents do not have icons, then it will simply show the title without these icons. So this is the default behavior. So this is the default behavior. Now first thing we are going to do, we are going to add flyout item and flyout display options as multiple items. So we are kind of uh, going to group these items, and it says ambiguous routes, because for one flyout items container, the route should be unique for all shell content. So I will change this simply 1, 2 and 3. So routes are different now and it's fine. So let's continue. and I'll need to run it again. It's here, and if we check, nothing has changed. We simply group these. So we can group these items, we can define a route to this flyout item. It's kind of base route, so maybe we can categorize the items between inside this flyout section. So maybe it could be all these are related to categories, for instance, maybe, and these can be different categories. So the route it will make categories slash main page, categories slash main page one, like this. So we can define this route if we want. It's up to us. Let's call it base route or parent route. So now we can customize the appearance of these menu items. So to do that, we have shell dot item template, and we can use data template for this. And now it's .NET MAUI's responsibility. It actually provides us an object for this binding context, so we can access the properties of this shell content, this flyout item, basically this title and icon inside this. So first let's try. We will simply add label text, and we will use binding and title. So let's try to rerun it. And it's here. Yep, it worked. So you see the default layout that is not here now. So it is now coming from this shell item template, data template. Now we have simply defined this label, so we are getting this label here. So we can change the appearance of this. We could apply all the properties we can apply for labels. So maybe, for example, let's start with uh, maybe font size 20, text color, let's try green, font weight, font attributes, bold. So we could apply all the properties from label. And for title, it gives us title, and for this icon it gives us let's use an image here. For image we will use source. We will get this source from binding, and for this it gives us flyout icon. And let's set the aspect ratio to aspect fill, and let's define height and width. For now let's try 20, and width also 20. And because this data template, it can have one direct child, so let's remove this. We could have, for now let's use horizontal stack layout. And we have this thing, we need to restart it. Let's restart. It's here, and yep, it came right. So let's add some spacing to this, 20. Yep. And maybe let's move this image to the right corner of the flyout. So we could use horizontal options, and it didn't went to end. Why so? Because does not have the high width. Okay, maybe. So we could customize it like this, right? Or if you want to maybe change it to something else, we could use whatever control we want. We can simply use this and it will behave the same. We can click on it, we can go to that particular page, that particular link. So it is working fine as expected. So first thing, let's try to add some padding also. So let's add padding of 25. Yeah, and this is for per item basis. So we can customize it whatever way we want. We could customize it. Now I'm going to comment this out for your reference. Now we are going to see another approach. So I simply comment it out, so it should move to the default state. Let's rerun it. So it's here, and this was the default view. So this is default. Now the next thing what we can do, we can simply replace this complete content with our custom content. So for that thing, what we could do shell dot flyout content. Now we can provide whatever we want. So maybe some random text, and it will show this some random text. So now we can customize it. We can provide whatever view we want. Maybe we could have some, if these items are dynamic, we could have some uh, enumerable, some list or collection of those items. Then we could simply use this to dynamically bind those items. We can use one collection view here with the item source of that dynamic content. Then it will simply display all those contents. So we could provide our own data template, and it will simply provide that particular appearance to all those items. So we could customize this. Now when we talk about this content, so we have two more things. Okay, for now let's add this is flyout content. Now this is flyout content. So in this flyout content we have two other parts as well. So this flyout content, we could have three different parts. So first one is shell dot flyout header. Let's add one label here. Label text flyout header. So you see flyout header, then this flyout content. Now the third part is footer. We could have flyout footer. So shell dot flyout footer. Let's add a label here for now. Label text, and let's call it flyout footer only. And this is flyout footer, right? Let me zoom it. So you see this is flyout footer, and this is flyout header and flyout content. So now this is the simple text. Now we could provide whatever design we want, whatever controls we want, we could provide to this. So let's try to customize this. First thing, for this flyout header, let's use a grid here. So grid with maybe I will use one profile icon type of thing, then name in some big font. Let's try that. Okay, so it will have basically two columns. Let's use column definition. So auto for image, and then star for name. And in this first thing, let's use image, and source, we have one default image that we are using, so let's use that only. Bot.png, aspect fill, and let's use height request for 50, and width request 50, and fine. So this should be our column 0. This is default, but I like explicit definition, so let's use column 0 here. Now for the name, I will simply use label. This will be our column number 1. Text will be, let's use my name, Abhay Prince. Then vertical text alignment center. Then font size 30. Cool, maybe 28 only. Then font attributes bold, and maybe text color kind of gray. Maybe let's use this color, and let's add some padding to this grid. Padding 25, and it looks cool, right? It looks good. So let's save it, and now we have this. And maybe okay, so maybe we can have one border around this grid. Let's use border, and for this border let's use background color, and let's use gray color for now. Okay, and let's use stroke thickness to 0. Not gray, maybe some light color. uh, E, or maybe D. Yeah, it looks okay. Not that good. I'm not that good in design, but at least we can simply distinguish these two, right? This is header. This is the part of header, and this is content. So we have customized this. Maybe we could use the rounded image for this, or maybe first thing let's add some space to this. Maybe we could. Uh, can we add spacing to this? Column spacing, yes. Let's try 20. Yep, it's good. So it looks good. So this is kind of profile name and profile picture. So this is how we could design this flyout header. Now before going into content, let's go to flyout footer. So for flyout footer also we could have whatever design we want. So let's add horizontal stack layout for this. Let's try background color. For now let's use gray only. And for this horizontal stack layout we will simply use, or maybe we are just going to display that copyright thing, so we can have label with the text, let's say copyright Abhay Prince, and this is how it looks. Or maybe we can simply have this label only. We don't need stack horizontal stack layout. That we are going simply using a single text for this, right? Yeah. And we can define background color directly to this. What is Alice blue? Maybe this only, the default. And uh, horizontal text options, we are going to set it center, and let's add some padding from 10 and 0, sorry, from left right 0, from top bottom 10. Yep. And we are good. So footer is here, header is here. Now let's go to flyout content. So for this content also we can have whatever design we want. So first thing, if the contents for this flyout content, if these are limited in size, so maybe we have the items which could fit inside the single screen with a smaller screen, then we can use those directly. If we know the items could grow in size, so we could use scroll view for this. So let me show you scroll view for flyout content. Now I will simply use label with some text. Maybe let's call this menu 1 only, and let's add some padding of 50. Single item, and let me copy it multiple times. So we cannot have multiple children inside scroll view. So let's use vertical stack layout and let's paste these. And now we cannot see these, and why so? What is the problem here? Scroll view, vertical stack layout, vertical stack layout. Yeah, it should show, right? Okay, vertical stack layout. Let's use vertical options as start. Can we see it now? No. And why so? Scroll view. Maybe let's add margin 0, padding 0, and vertical option start. Happened. What am I missing? Flyout content, scroll view. What is the issue? And with single label. And if we comment this out and add this label directly, we can see it. So what is the problem with vertical stack layout? Vertical stack layout. What am I missing here? Let me try to find it out. Oh, so I think, yeah, I had to I had to rerun it. So basically what happened, when we added this vertical stack layout, so it was not able to figure out the size, the height and width for this one. That's why it was not showing. So now I'm going to copy it a couple of times and let's rerun it. So it's here, it's coming, and if we check it, yes, you can see we have this scroll bar, this is scroll view, and if you look closely, this scroll view, these items scrolled behind this header and behind this footer. So header and footer are top of the, we could say, Z index, and these items, the scroll view, it actually hides those items which are outside of the screen. So I just wanted to show you that we could use the scroll view. So This was the simplest thing we could use. Maybe instead of these labels we could have a grid view with some complex design with images, labels with different fonts, multiple labels, all those things we can have. Or maybe we can have one collection view with multiple items, the same way I told you for customizing the layout. So maybe we could have those collection view and we could design those items using data template and collection view item template. So for now let's maybe add one grid with the two rows, not rows, two columns only. The same way we defined our header, maybe we can define the same way. So let's use column definitions. So we will have image first, then we will have some text, then we will have one kind of icon. So this thing, now let's define it. So first image with source, we have only single image, let's use that only, .NET bot, and aspect fill, height request 25, width request 25, and this thing only, and this is our column 0. Then comes our column 1, and in column 1 we will simply use some label. So label with the text, this is menu item 1. Before that let's add the grid dot column. This is the column 1 with the text base, maybe font size 16, and that's all, menu item 1. Then third thing, let's use one label again with column number 2, grid dot column 2, and let's use this text for this thing, right? The last side you could see this. Let's add some padding to this grid. So padding from left right, let's add 5, and from top and bottom let's add 10. Okay, or maybe let's add 10 from all sides. Yep. Now column spacing, let's add 10 for this one. Yep. So we have these. For this text let's use bold. Okay, and let's scale this out to double, or maybe 1.5. Yep, it looks okay. So we have this menu item, then we could copy it a couple of times, this grid. So this is for single item, so we can copy it a couple of times to remove to show other items as well. For example, let's use this for menu item 2. So this is for 2, right? So we could have multiple items. Now we are customizing this as per our need. Now we would want to uh, perform some operation when we click on this thing. So we could simply use our gesture recognizers for this one. For example, for this grid, let's use grid dot gesture recognizer, and we can use tap gesture recognizer, and we could use this tabbed event, and we can simply show whatever we want here. So for now let's simply show shell dot current dot display alert, and title is menu item tabbed, and message, let's do this item was tabbed from the custom flyout content. Then cancel button, so okay, and let's use this thing. This is an async, so we could use async and await here, private async void and this thing, and let's rerun it. So it's here, let's see, and we open this. If we click on item 2, nothing is happening. If we click on item 1, it shows this because we added this gesture recognizer for item 1 only. In real world applications, you are going to have some collection here, maybe collection view, and on that collection view you could have tabbed or selection change event, or maybe in data template you could have some different command. So it will be dynamic, basically what I'm trying to say. So for now, let's copy these a couple of more times so that it look good. Yeah, these many times. And let's change this to menu item 3, menu item 4, menu item 5, menu item 6, and so on. So we have these items, nothing will happen on click of any item, but if we click on first item it will show this. So we have designed this, two more things here. So this icon, this hamburger menu, these three lines, so this is the default flyout icon, but we could change this as well. So how we can change this? So there is a property, we could say shell dot flyout, or is that icon only, or is that flyout icon? Flyout icon, yeah, flyout icon. So we can change it, but for now, as you guessed, we only have one image, so we will use that only, .net bot.png. If you do this, if we save this, nothing is happening, we need to rerun, and it's here. As you can see, this image, this menu icon, basically on click of which the flyout content comes, we can see it, right? So it's here. Now if you could see, these are here also, these home, menu 2, menu 3, menu 4, because we had these multiple shell contents, right? So this is the default behavior of .NET MAUI. If one flyout item or maybe one tab bar, if it has multiple shell contents, it is going to show us these in tabs. We could disable it. Maybe I can create one more video for all these tab options and all these. For now, let's just focus on these flyout items only. So we change this, and this is here. Now one more thing which I wanted you to show, basically. So all these are for now. I am using the views for flyout header, content and footer directly inside this, but we could use separate content view for this also. So what I mean, we can simply migrate the flyout content or header or footer to their separate views. How we can do this? Let's add one folder here. I'll need to stop it. Let's add one folder here, add, and folder, let's call it controls. You could name it whatever you want, and in this we will add a new item that will be a .NET MAUI item, .NET content view. So it will be, let's say we want to simply migrate content and footer, not header. Let's leave header here only for your reference. So we could say, we could name it whatever we want. Let's use, or maybe let's call it custom flyout content. Okay, and we need this one with XAML. So custom flyout content we have here. Now for this we can directly use, we can cut this out from here, or let's copy it for now. Let's come here and we will simply paste that code here in this controls. So let me comment this out for now, or maybe before just run it. First we will see the default, then we will see our control, custom control. So it's giving us this error, the tab gesture recognizer dot tabbed event, this is not defined because this was defined there only. So let's use this and let's get this from there, from the shell. So let's cut it from here, or maybe let's leave it here also, and let's come here, go to this and use this here as well. Okay, let's run it again. It's here, and for now this is the same. Let's comment this out, this flyout content, and it's gone. For now it is using the default. Now what we are going to do, we are going to use our this control, our custom control. So first thing, we need to add the namespace of this. So this exists inside this namespace, custom flyout mouth. This is the name of the project, the dot controls. Go to our shell item and add one namespace here, xmlns, and let's call it controls. You could name it whatever you want. So let's use controls from this one. So we have these controls. Now what we can do, maybe let me comment. Okay, let's do this only. So shell dot flyout content, inside this we could use our control, that is custom flyout content, and you could see the same behavior, right? The only thing, image is not here, so maybe we need to rerun it. For that, it's here, and images are still not here. Why so? What happened to images? Well, let's check for these .NET bot. Okay, because we did not specify extension. I don't know why, but it was working on app shell and not working in custom control. Let's see if it works. So it's here, nope, we don't have images. Image grid column .NET .png. Yeah, it should work. It should work. .png. Or maybe let's try. It should work without extension. It should work with PNG. Let's try to add SVG for This, I'm not sure what is wrong with these. Let's try it again. Now couple of these grids has these images has no extension, couple of has PNG, couple of others has SVG. It's here, let's see, and nothing is working. Okay, maybe something is wrong. There is nothing on top of my mind right now. So maybe if someone from you knows what is the problem, maybe you could let us know in the comments below. So the same way what we did for this content, the same way we could use different controls, custom controls for header the same way, and we could do the same for this footer also. So I think that's pretty much what I have. Let me change the name of this also. So title and customize flyout menu icons. Okay, so we have a little recap. We have in app shell. First thing, we could enable the flyout using this flyout behavior. The default value is false, and there are one more value logged, so it will have this in open state for always. But we use flyout so that we could control that when we are going to open it, when we are going to close it. It's up to us. The next thing, we added a couple of shell contents. We grouped them using this flyout item. Then by default it shows the default UI, so we could directly customize that layout using the shell.item template. And this shell.item template, we could use any data template, and .NET MAUI provides us a binding context for this, so we could use title and flyout icon, and these values comes from these shell contents. So this title and these icons, .NET MAUI gives these items for us. Then we could break this flyout into three different sections: header, content, and footer, and we could provide the different UIs for these three as well. So for flyout header, we could use shell.flyout header, and we could provide whatever view we want. Then we have this flyout content, so we could provide any content whatever we want here. And then we have this flyout footer, so we could provide our custom footer for this particular thing, so it will be stick at the end of this flyout section. Then we could have these UIs here inside this app shell only, or we could use different content views for this one. So for example, for this thing, we have simply this is the flyout content UI template which we kept in app shell only. Then comes this flyout content. For this, we created a custom content view inside this controls folder, and we added our UI here. And from here, we simply added the namespace for this controls, and inside this flyout content, we simply use that control. So that is a little recap. So, and yeah, one more thing. So the by default it gives us that hamburger menu, those three lines to open the flyout menu, flyout content, flyout section. So we could override that image using this flyout icon property. We could give our image. So I have simply given this flyout icon .NET_bot.png, the default image which we have. So this image, if you could see this one. So that this was all for this video. So do let me know in the comments if you like the video, and like and share this video. Subscribe my channel for more awesome content, and I'll be back with another video.